Hello, fourth grade. How are you? Here to do one more installment of Drawing in the Basement. So one more drawing together, hopefully do one more drawing together, and the next time you see me will be in the art room in September. We'll see, hopefully, crossing my fingers. Okay, so our next drawing, our last drawing, hopefully, is going to be our friend Olaf from the movie Frozen. Now, I have a confession to make. I've never seen the movie Frozen. I have seen this guy before, but never seen him in action in a movie. So, never drew him before, okay? I think I did okay, but I'm not sure if I can do it again. So, piece of paper, pencil, and a gigantic eraser. Because I think we can do it, but we're going to have to draw very lightly and go slowly. Okay, so I'm going to erase this. You get your paper and your pencil, the eraser. And we'll try drawing our friend here. Well, this eraser's terrible. Need to clean it. Okay. So, that's nasty. Okay. You're going to want to turn your paper vertical because he is certainly taller than he is wide. Now, we're going to start by doing the shape of the head. The body is really easy. The arms, feet, really easy. The eyes, hair, eyebrows, easy. It's the shape of that head that's a little tricky, but we're going to do that right off the bat. So if you can get through that part, the rest is easy sailing. Okay, so draw lightly. I'm going to start on the bottom part of his face. So I would say his head, which is about right there, is almost the entire top half of the paper. So you're going to start, if this is where my chin is, that means my cheeks are going to be right about here. So you're going to want to start toward the top of your paper, but certainly not way at the top of the paper. I'm going to start, and we'll do this slowly. I'm going to make a nice big curve like that, and that's actually going to be his cheek. Okay, that's he's smiling, so he has nice big cheekbones. So what I'll do here is after I make that curve for the cheek, I'm going to curve in slightly, right? So I'm coming in a little bit, and then I'm going to go down and curve around, and that's the bottom of the chin. So that's our first line. Curve around for the cheek. It's kind of like you're making a circle, and then slant in just a little bit. Go down at about the middle of your paper, and then just kind of curve around and stop there for the chin. Okay? Now I'm going to hop over to the other side and do the other cheekbone. It's a little bit lower than the first one because his head is tilted. His head is tipped a little bit. And I'm going to curve around for this cheek. And this line is going to be slanted more than this one because his head is tipped like that. Okay? And then I will come down and connect to the chin right there. Okay? Almost kind of looks like you're making an apple, kind of. The round part's at the top of the apple, and then it slants in, the bottom a little smaller. I don't know. Kind of what it looks like. So remember, you can pause it, stop it, spend as much time as you want on it, work on it a little bit, come back, whatever you want to do. But if you can get that shape right about there, you're in good shape. Now, I'm going to do the top of the head, which isn't that bad. So I'm going to start about a little bit closer to the right side of my cheek for that little line. We don't go right in the middle, we'll go a little bit to the right. And this one, a little bit closer to the left side. Right about there. You can see a little bit of the cheek come in, a little bit of the cheek come in. But we're on the inside part of each one of them. And all I'm going to do is go up, over, and down. There are no sharp points on his head, but the sides are relatively... Sorry about that. I'm allergic to snowmen. So I'm going to go up on a slant. So up on a slant, over, and then down. I would say probably the left side is slanted more and the right side is more straight up and down. But the top of his head is smaller, obviously, than his cheeks and his chin. A lot smaller. Okay? Now, I think the easiest way to do this is to do the carrot nose in the middle and work our way up and down from there. So what I'm going to do is right about between the two cheeks, right about there. I'm going to draw his carrot nose. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to start with a curved line. And then I'm going to draw a carrot. Kind of pointing down into the right, a little bit below his cheek in that direction. Obviously, a carrot is kind of like a triangle. It's wider at the bottom, round, and pointy at the other end. And carrots have little lines in them, so I'll put a couple little lines in the nose. Curved, it's a carrot's round, so those lines won't be straight. Those lines will be curved. Okay? Okay, so now his eyes. His first eye is going to be right kind of like behind the carrot a little bit. Okay? And then the other eye is a little bit bigger and almost touches the first eye. Well, mine's not bigger. I'll see if I can make that a little bigger. Okay, that's a little bigger than the one on the right. And Olaf has two nice big black pupils. Now, if you're going to color this in, don't color this in with a pencil. You'll want to wait and do that with your black marker, colored pencil, or whatever you're doing it with. And some of you have been painting your drawings, which is really cool. So it's nice to get those too. Okay, two nice big black pupils. His eyebrows are up, right? He's happy. So on this one, it's just flat in the middle of the eye, and then it kind of curves and goes off the side of the head. And then above this eye, flat, and then over and down. We will be able to get the whole eyebrow in because we can see more of that side of his head. And his hair are some twigs. So we're just going to kind of go up, make a little twig, and then down, and then up. If you remember, first grade when we made our trees, a little Y, how it forks off or branches off. That's why they call it branching off. It's a branch. And then we've got one on this side that kind of curves over. And you'll notice it's not just a single line, because then we can't color that in. So we're going to do a double line, and we can color those in brown if you want, so they look like twigs. Okay? And then his mouth. Now, here's the good thing about the mouth. It kind of follows the shape of the head. So as long as you've got your cheeks and your chin and where they need to be, the mouth's not going to be bad at all. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I'm going to do 2 lines for the cheek. I'm going to do one here, kind of curves right inside the cheek, and then the other one is right up here next to the carrot. That curves right there. I have a special guest. Say hi, Marley. Say hi. Hi, everybody. It's Marley. Come on, Laura. Come on. Sorry for that interruption. Hopefully you got a chance to see her. I don't know if you can see her or not. But she looks very different than on my phone because she got a haircut. I can't get a haircut yet. My dog can. Okay. So, little curved line for the cheek there, or the mouth, and then a little curved line right there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start at that line, right in the middle of it. And I'm going to go down. Notice how I'm following the curve of this line. And I'm going to go straight across, following the curve of this line. Right? And I'm going to stop there because I need to do something else first. Okay, so now I'm going to start right up here again. Right there. And I'm going to go down, over. I'm just under the carrot, pretty much. And then I'm going to curve around to that other line. So I'm starting at that line. So down, over, around the carrot, and back up. That's the top of his mouth. Now I can finish this line. I can curve around and come up and touch right there. You're touching just before the curve. Okay? So his mouth is open, he looks happy, and he's got one big tooth. Ta-da! I won't color all this in black, but in the picture that I have, that's what the inside of his mouth is, black. But I don't want to waste time coloring that in. Okay, so the good news is, if it sort of looks like Olaf, you're in good shape. Because the body's easy. It's a snowman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right about here on the side of his face, his mouth, and I'm going to finish right over here on that side, and I'm going to do his body. His body's leaning a little bit to the left. So I'm going to make most of my snowball on this side. See how it's a little bit off to the left? And the same thing with the bottom part. It's kind of leaning a little bit, so I'm going to go down, around, and back up to here. Oops, so you can see he's kind of dancing, leaning. And then, of course, he's got his little pieces of coal. At least that's what they are on a regular snowman. I don't know about the movie. And you'll see that the coal is also tipped. Kind of goes in line with his body leaning. Now, his feet are real simple. They just simply go down, around, and up. Kind of like his tooth. I'm going to put this one over on the side because he's kicking his foot up. Okay? And this branch, which comes from the middle snowball, once again, we have to channel our inner first grade. Remember how we make our branches. And it looks like he's got a little thumb, stem, and then 3 fingers, little branches, and then we just go back. Okay? Now I don't have a lot of room on this side. So I'd love to make my arm go straight out, but I can't. So I'm actually going to have to angle my arm up a little bit, because otherwise I'm not going to fit it. So I'm going to go up like this. Little piece that comes out. And then this time his thumb's going to be on the inside. It's going to be thumb, 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, and then back down. Right? And then they've got like a little hill behind them. Now, in this picture that I have, there's a sun that's out, and their sun's very simple. A circle with triangles around it. Now, I don't know why, but there are flowers in this picture and bees flying around. So I don't know how a snowman exists in the summertime. So if you want, I guess you could do whatever kind of background you want. But in my picture that I printed off, there's actually little flowers. So if you want to do flowers, I guess you can. There's little bees flying around. So I don't know. I might have to watch this movie so I can figure out why he's standing in the summer and not melting. I don't know. So you can do whatever kind of background you want. So he's a snowman, so it's not that hard to figure out. But his little coal is black, and his nose is orange, and his tooth is white, and he is white. And his pupils are black, his eyebrows are black, and his arms and little hairs are brown, because they are branches, right? And the inside of his mouth, I guess it's either black or kind of like a dark color. Or maybe you want to do an Olaf rainbow colors or something. I don't know, you could do whatever you want. So there's our Olaf. It's only the second time I've drawn him, so I think he came out pretty good. Take your time. I definitely want to see your Olaf. I don't know if I said this at the beginning of the video, but if I didn't, I want to thank all of my 4th graders for doing these drawings along with me. I want to thank your parents for helping you get everything all started, and certainly for emailing these pictures to me. I appreciate it, everybody. And please make sure you send me your Olaf when you're done with it. I'd love to check them out and give you some positive feedback on them. mdelpazo@germantowncsd.org. You probably already know that. And, you know, we'll do our last drawing together, hopefully. And I'll see you in September. Oh, okay. When you are shiny new 5th graders. How exciting. Okay, guys, we'll see you later.